We're at Home Depot picking up our vinyl sheet flooring. We chose Scorched Walnut Gray, and here you will see the guy is putting on some of the plastic just to hold it while we travel back home with it. And the next picture you'll see is Mark picking out the supplies that we need to get this installed. We printed this right off Home Depot's website. We started this process yesterday, and what this paper is a template. It's contractor paper that you just put down and cut the exact size of your room. You do an exact template of your room, and then you start at one end and roll the paper up. And once we roll the paper up, we'll take that outside onto our deck and unroll it onto our new roll of vinyl. And then we'll cut the vinyl, the exact template of the paper. I think it was Home Depot's website. There was someone doing something, or no, maybe it was this old house. I don't remember. I'll have to look. But they just used this paper and made the template for their floor, and then took the template outside, laid it down on the vinyl, and then just cut out exactly the way this template is laid. And hopefully this is going to be an exact replica of the floor. So we have the dining or breakfast area. This is the breakfast area. This is the kitchen, which is a crazy disaster right now because we just got through painting that wall and everything that was out is piled up on the counters. And then this is our canning room. So what we did here around the edges is all the way around the perimeter of both rooms, we put a little bit of tape on the baseboard and the paper just to hold it in place so it will be an exact measure. And now I'm going to go through while Mark's working on the thresholds and just turn that paper underneath, or the tape underneath like that, all the way around the room. And then we're going to take this outside and lay it on the vinyl. But you can see this floor is so old and needed to be replaced. And then, of course, we took up the, what is it called, Mark? The quarter or something?
Quarter round.
Yeah, quarter round. We took the quarter round up, and Mark will cut that and put all new back, or we'll paint it first and then put all of that new back. But I'm going to go around the room and get all of this tape turned underneath, and I'll show you what Mark's doing over here. He's cutting. What are you doing, Mark?
A seam.
Oh yeah, cutting a seam. So that's what he's working on there. We have to cut a seam there, and then there will be another threshold here. Yeah, this place is a disaster from moving all of our seedlings and all the things in the living room, and so we could get these rooms emptied. We have the new vinyl laid out on the porch, and we're going to go around all of the edges here and tape it down to this vinyl so that our template will be exact. So you can see here how we have all of our cutout for our walkways going into the other doors. And we're going to tape this whole thing down and then cut it. For this part of our project, these are the items that we need. Because we're working with glue, we decided to use this paint pan liner. We got a couple of these at Home Depot, so we can just throw those out. We need the roller. We're gonna roll the glue on with a roller. Of course, we need the handle. And then we have this extension pole that will screw into the handle. And then this is the adhesive that we'll use to paint onto the floor, and then pull this back and then do our next step after we get that in place. And what we have to do is roll on this adhesive. We'll roll that onto the floor, and then we need to wait a few minutes, maybe about 20 minutes, until it gets tacky, until the glue gets kind of tacky, and then we can roll the sheet vinyl back. But you need to let that start to dry a little bit before you roll it back, or it won't stick very well. But that's the supplies that we're using for this part of installing our new vinyl flooring. Also, something important to note is to put down something that you can throw away. We just chose to use a trash bag. Put down something to set all your supplies on, because if this gets on anything, it just makes a horrible mess. So we just chose to use this trash bag here and set all of our supplies on top of that, and we'll just come into this room as we use the roller and do it from there. And then when the kitchen and breakfast room is done, this room is the next room. Mark has this all cut in. It's almost time to start rolling on the glue. So what we've done is peeled back this one section in our breakfast area. We've got that pulled back there, and I'm just gonna run the vacuum one more time and make sure that we got everything off of the floor, and then I'm going to start rolling on the glue.
Let me hold that.
Okay, once we got this unrolled, Mark is taking this wide broom and sweeping out the air, I guess you would say, so there isn't any. You can see right there, he's about to go over that, see there? So all of it is nice and smooth. There's no ripples in it. There's no air bubbles. None of that. But what you do is you just take this wide broom and go around the room and just start where you ended with the glue and start sweeping and go forward all the way till you get to the end to let the air out. And now you can see the floor is nice and level with no air bubbles at all. That did a really good job. And if you're wondering, we've never laid vinyl flooring before. We got these directions off of Home Depot's website for what you need and the list of supplies and what to do. As far as the template, we got that offline on a YouTube video. I think I said that before in the video. I'm gonna look and see exactly who it was that we watched do that, so we can tag them and they can get credit for that. But yeah, so we're done with this side. We're going to roll back this side and do the same thing over again.
So what I'm doing now is I'm putting seam tape down for the seam where the two are going to join together. And then what we'll do is we'll roll the glue up to here, so when we do this room, then we can roll some glue on this side and that side of the seam tape. And then when we're ready to put this down, I can pull the seam tape up and then stick it down on there, then roll it with a hand roller, and then we should be good to go. So let me just put this down. And it is super sticky. Let me cut a piece here. Hold that piece up there. Let it drop down again just real quickly so I can get a measurement here. Okay, go ahead and bring it back up.
And that has some kind of plastic on top to keep that you peel off
Yep,
from the top to stick to the vinyl.
There we go. We got it pretty good, evenly matched. So when we put the vinyl back on it, I just pull this sticky side here. See, it's got a double-sided sticky tape, basically, is what it is. So when I pull that up, it'll adhere to the top side too, or bottom side of the vinyl. So these two will match up, and then we can seal it with a seal glue and the glue from the underneath here and this, so the seal will come together and hopefully it'll be close to being near perfect and you won't even notice it.
The breakfast area and the kitchen area is all done. Is that not beautiful? You can see. And the floor is really textured. It's really pretty. And we got the, we bought the vinyl that had the thickest backing on it. Some of it that we looked at it was beautiful on top, but the backing on it was no thicker than a sheet of paper. And this one, we got this one, is really thick, and then it has a longer warranty as well.